little bit about our abs. Now, when I say abs, I'm talking about everything that lives between our diaphragm and our pelvic floor. So that includes like QL, like muscles through our back, muscles through our sides, and muscles through our front. Okay, you're gonna need a squishy ball, and what I mean, and it's on the bigger side rather than on the smaller side for the front. But a lot of times when it comes to our abs, we don't give them a lot of attention when it comes to soft tissue. So they too get tight, especially post-baby, like a lot of us have done enough sit-ups to create a crazy amount of tension through here. So there's muscles, your six-pack, your obliques, those are also muscles that can use some love. Now the problem with that is you don't ever want to go onto your abdominal, your floating ribs with something hard. You always want to give it a little squish, and then be sure to base it on how you feel. If it's super sensitive, then this could be a little bit too much for you. So you always want to dial it back, whether it's getting a bigger ball, whether it's getting a massage that someone else works on it, to kind of slowly break down some of that tension. So always use your body as a guide and listen. If it doesn't feel right, then just don't do it, okay? But more or less what we're gonna do is you're gonna find the top of your pubic bone, and you wanna kind of think like your abs or the front of you is cut into 4 sections, okay? So you have your upper 2 and your lower 2, okay? So you're gonna start right at your pubic bone, and you're more or less gonna lie on this and breathe. And then you wanna venture to all quadrants of your abs and then onto your side, okay? So what this does is it's gonna help us create a little bit better function through here, especially if we're someone who gets stuck in the dysfunctions of gravity, or if we struggle with ribs popping, then our abs will be on that little bit of a stretch. But it more or less brings some blood flow there and actually helps with a lot of the breathing stuff that we're doing, because we're going to incorporate breathing. So you're going to start with that squishy ball just above your pubic bone, right? And you're just more or less going to breathe in this position. And it'll be like a nauseous tension, so don't be alarmed by that. And then you're gonna roll up a little bit and take another breath. Now for me, because I'm only 4 months post-baby, this is quite sensitive. So I don't spend a lot of time there. And if a spot doesn't feel right, then I just move on to the next spot, because it will affect that hypersensitive spot. Okay, and then roll on to the other side. Now this ball is nice and big, so. And just notice what you feel. Right now on my right side, I feel like it's a lot less sensitive than the left side. I also know that I'm a lot better at stabilizing on my right side versus my left side. So a lot of times that hypersensitive feeling is in anything that you're rolling, in anything that you're soft tissue manipulating, that hypersensitive, oh my gosh, that hurts, that's a huge indication that you need to create stability there. As opposed to, oh, that feels so good, I'm rolling that area, it feels really good. That just is like a tight muscle that wants a little bit of love, right? So always take note of those hypersensitive areas, because that's an indication that that area is not working properly. Now there's a big difference between me being down here and me being up here, because you'll get different levels of tension, because when I'm here, I'm in a little bit of a stretch through my abs, so you're gonna get more of the surface tension. When you're laying down and you're trying to relax into it, you're gonna get those deeper tensions, and you gotta recognize that you have your intestines, there's a lot of organs in there. So that's why I say always base it on how you feel, because if you're someone that has digestive problems, this is probably gonna be an area of hypersensitivity. And just to listen, because it will help But if it's too much, then it's too much and your body will react in the opposite way that we want it to. Okay, so now once you've rolled through the front, I want you to go on to the side. Now we're trying to lie between the ribs and the top of the hip bone. So we're trying to get into the soft tissue part. And then it's all about breathing and then relaxing over the ball. Right, and I just move it around until I find some good spots. So don't be afraid to explore. And if you rotate a little bit more towards the back, that works too. Okay, and then the other side, you can always pat it more if you have a squishy ball. You can always pat it, and you just want to make sure that you're not using a ball that will pop on you because, well, not that you'd fall that far, but just make sure that it's something that's gonna hold your torso weight. Okay, and then just explore to the other side. Okay, and these are always like, it's really a good idea to make little notes of the things that you feel the first time that you do something, because a lot of times we don't notice when things disappear. We only notice when they arise. So you may feel like you haven't changed, but then in retrospect, if you made these little notes, it'll be like, oh yeah, I don't feel that. And oh no, that's not there anymore, right? So we tend to have more focus on the things that are, but not necessarily the things that you don't have anymore. So that's always a good gauge as to whether you're improving or not, okay? So just have fun with a squishy ball. Make sure that it's bigger than what you would think.